A throne in a land of many faiths. Once upon a time, there was an emperor who ruled over a kingdom of hundreds of languages and gods. They called him Akbar the Great. He reigned over a land of many faiths, a place where people worshipped many deities and followed different paths. And yet this emperor managed to unite them all under one banner. But how did he do it? Not with force, nor by silencing the multitude of voices in his realm, but by listening to them. He chose to sit with scholars and saints of all persuasions and learn from their wisdom. This is the story of a great Muslim emperor who found common ground with Hindus, a ruler who built bridges instead of walls, and who set an example of religious tolerance that continues to inspire us today. This is the story of Akbar the Great, the architect of India's tolerant golden age. Born in 1542, Jalaluddin Muhammad, Akbar became the emperor of the Mughal Empire at the tender age of just 13. After the death of his father, despite his young age, Akbar soon proved himself to be a brilliant and inclusive ruler who won the hearts of his subjects from Kashmir to the Deccan. Under his reign, the Mughal Empire reached its peak, becoming a vast, intricate mosaic of religions and cultures. Now, let me take you back to those early years of his reign, when Akbar, though young, had already started to conquer Rajput kingdoms. At first, his relationship with the Rajputs was one of conflict and conquest. But soon he began to see them not just as subjects, but as brothers. So he married several Rajput princesses, including the beautiful and intelligent Jadabai. This wasn't just a strategic move, it was a testament to his magnanimity. Through these marriages, Akbar sent a message across his empire. I am yours and you are mine. We are all part of one family. But his embrace of Hindu customs didn't stop there. He offered key posts in his administration to Hindu nobles like Raja Todar, Mal Birbal, and many others. He even invited learned Brahmins, Jains, Sufis, Christians, and others to come and share their wisdom at his court. And they came, bringing with them the rich tapestry of Indian culture. Akbar listened intently to their teachings, asking questions and seeking to understand their different perspectives. Some courtiers were skeptical at first, whispering in the king's ear that these religious leaders might be plotting against him. But Akbar, with his deep insight, saw through their schemes. Where others saw rebellion, he saw reason. As the years passed, Akbar's understanding of Hinduism grew. He began to see the similarities between his own faith and this ancient tradition. Both taught the importance of dharma, of living a righteous life, of karma, of the consequences of one's actions, and of moksha, the liberation of the soul. These common threads became the foundation of his inclusive rule. Then in 1582, something remarkable happened. Akbar, at the height of his power, surprised the world by creating a new path, a new way of thinking. He called it Din-i-Ilahi, the faith of the divine. Now, Din-i-Ilahi was not a religion in the conventional sense. It wasn't a set of rigid dogmas or rituals that one had to follow. Rather, it was a syncretic spiritual system that combined elements from Islam, Hinduism, Zoroastrianism, and other faiths. It was a path that transcended boundaries, a dialogue between different faiths. At its core, DinIIlahi emphasized universal truths, those timeless principles that resonate with all of humanity regardless of their faith. Akbar drew inspiration from various scriptures, including the Quran, the Vedas, the Upanishads, and the Bible. He studied them all, searching for the essence of spirituality, that inner light that shines within each one of us. According to this new path, the path of divine faith, all religions were equal in the eyes of God. There was only one path to enlightenment, the path of love, truth, and compassion. All other paths were simply different routes leading to the same destination. One of the central tenets of DinIIlahi was the concept of tolerance. Akbar believed that God had created all of us, Muslims and Hindus, men and women, rich and poor, and placed us on this earth to learn from one another. To him, diversity was not a source of division, but a wellspring of wisdom. In fact, he once said, "The world is a book, and those who do not travel are only reading one page." Akbar also championed vegetarianism and animal rights, long before it became fashionable. He believed that by harming animals, we were harming ourselves, because all living beings are interconnected. Instead of indulging in the pleasures of the hunt, he preferred the pleasures of the mind, engaging in lively debates and discussions with scholars from various backgrounds. For him, the pursuit of knowledge was a form of worship. Din-i-Ilahi was more than just a spiritual path. It was a way of governing, a philosophy of kingship. Akbar believed that a true leader should not be defined by his religion, but by his ability to serve his people. He appointed Hindus, Sikhs, and others to influential positions, not because of their religion, but because of their skills and loyalty. His court became a melting pot of cultures, a place where differences were not just tolerated, but celebrated. Musicians played a mix of Hindu and Muslim tunes, and the food on the royal table reflected the diversity of his empire. From spicy vindaloo to rich, Akbar's commitment to religious harmony was not just a matter of policy, it was a matter of the heart. He walked the talk, demonstrating that coexistence was not merely possible, but desirable. His empire became a beacon of hope in a time when religious tensions were flaring up elsewhere. Akbar also built Sikri, a new capital city that embodied the fusion of cultures under his rule. Wandering through its magnificent halls and courtyards, one could see the blend of Persian and Hindu architecture, a visual testament to the synthesis of ideas that was taking place there. Within the city walls, Akbar constructed the abolished Khana, or the house of worship, a place where representatives of different faiths could gather and engage in theological discussions. Here, under the shade of ancient trees, Akbar would sit with scholars from various religions, discussing their beliefs and finding common ground. The abolished Khana was not just a place of worship. It was a place of ideas, a marketplace of faiths, where tolerance was not an option, but a way of life. Akbar's vision extended beyond the boundaries of his empire. He wanted to create a world of understanding, a global community of minds. He sent embassies to distant lands, not to conquer, but to connect. He exchanged gifts and ideas with the rulers of Persia, Egypt, and even Europe. To him, the world was a family, and he was its elder, striving to bring its members together. Besides his religious tolerance, Akbar was also a great patron of the arts and sciences. He loved music and poetry, and his court was renowned for its brilliant performances. Miniature paintings adorned his palaces, capturing the essence of Indian life under his multicultural rule. Architects built stunning mosques, tombs and gardens that blended Islamic design with local motifs. The fusion of Persian and Sanskrit, spoken by his court, eventually led to the birth of Hindustani, a language that continues to be spoken by millions today. Akbar was truly a monarch who understood the power of aesthetics. He commissioned the translation of Hindu epics like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata into Persian, so that his Muslim courtiers could appreciate these timeless tales. He ruled with a sword in one hand and a scroll in the other, always ready to defend his realm and its people, but also eager to learn and explore. After Akbar's death in 1605, his sons Jahangir and Shah Jahan continued the tradition of pluralist rule, contributing to the golden age of the Mughal Empire. Shah Jahan, famous for building the Taj Mahal, also built mosques and shrines, demonstrating the continuation of Akbar's legacy. Akbar's contribution to the world goes beyond military victories or territorial gains. He showed us that diversity is not a weakness, but a strength. He demonstrated that different cultures and religions are not barriers, but bridges. His life and times continue to inspire us to seek common ground, to celebrate our differences, and to strive for a world based on tolerance, understanding, and peace. So remember the story of Akbar, the great Muslim emperor who found unity and whose empire echoed with the harmonious blend of many faiths. Let his legacy remind us that true greatness lies not in conquest, but in the depth of understanding and the courage to build bridges where others see only divides. As the sun sets over the magnificent ruins of Fatehpur, let the fading light carry with it the essence of Akbar's inclusive rule. Over the years, the colors of his empire have blended into the hues of the sky, leaving behind a legacy as timeless as the Vedas and the Quran. Even today, his story resonates, reminding us that true power lies not in might, but in the unifying power of shared dreams and aspirations. And as the distant bells of the Hindu temple chime, echoing the call to prayer from the nearby mosque, may we hear the whispers of the past telling us to follow Akbar's path. In a divided world, he built a kingdom of bridges. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to drop them down below. Thank you for watching. See you next time.